Hello and good evening. Welcome. This is QTV News and I am Mamudu Gajaga. We are broadcasting from our Calabar Avenue studios. In the news, on the sidelines of the Sierra Leone's 60th independence anniversary, called the Diamond Anniversary Celebration, President Barrow on Monday visited the head office of QCell Sierra Leone in Freetown. Aliou Cisse is in Freetown and he now reports in this story.
QCell Sierra Leone originated from QCell Gambia, but in less than 3 years of operation in Sierra Leone, QCell Sierra Leone is now one of the biggest GSM competitors in Sierra Leone. This is due to the excellent quality service and affordable services. QCell Sierra Leone has over 200 sites at the moment, covering the entire country. With the philosophy, QCell Salon Pride, the telecommunications giant is the only African-owned operator in Sierra Leone at the moment. Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group, who studied at Sierra Leone's famous Furebe College, the oldest Western-style university in sub-Saharan Africa, expressed delight and pride at the visit by President Barrow and First Lady Barrow. He reveals that a new 6-story building QCell complex is being built and is expected to complete by December this year. Jah describes the visit as a demonstration of the leadership's appreciation of QCell's expansion to Sierra Leone. About 200 personnel are employed here, with about 15 Gambians and the rest Sierra Leoneans.
I just want to also take this opportunity to thank His Excellency President Barrow and his wife and the entire government for creating the enabling environment for QCell to be able to come and be part of the economy of Sierra Leone, to give our part. We promised the people of Sierra Leone that we were coming with two very important things. One is to bring the best network to the country, to Sierra Leone, both data and voice. And two, to have us being the cheapest network. We will bring cost of telecommunication by a minimum of 60%. And I think today, after 2 years of operation, all Sierra Leoneans will agree with us that we have fulfilled our promise, that today we have brought the best network in Sierra Leone and we've brought down prices. I remember the first day I stepped foot in Sierra Leone 3 years ago, the cost of 1 gig of data was 52,000 leons. Today it's 8,000 leons. You know, I think that's a big jump for everybody.
This is one of the most successful stories of a government-grown businesses making it in the sub-region with a multi-million-dollar investment in another foreign country. I asked Mohamed Jah why he chose Sierra Leone over the other countries.
We have invested, since we came to Sierra Leone, close to $100 million. That is not small amount, but we are doing it for Mama Sierra Leone because we believe that the people of Sierra Leone deserve the best. They deserve the cheapest network and they deserve the best service. And that is why we are putting all this effort.
President Barrow welcomes the idea by Mohamed Jah to expand his investment to create jobs for Gambians and Sierra Leoneans. He sees the move as one step towards sub-regional integration. He hopes other Gambians will emulate Mohamed Jah by exploring job-creating opportunities available within the sub-region.
I will congratulate Mr. Mohamed Jah for what he has been doing in the Gambia, and now he is doing it in Sierra Leone. And I will encourage him to do it in other countries, because I've seen that he is creating jobs. He is creating jobs for Sierra Leoneans, and he is creating jobs for Gambians. I think this is big, this is huge, I think this is encouraging. I will encourage Sierra Leoneans to support him.
Jayamani Katik, commonly referred to as JK, CEO of QCell Sierra Leone, said the visit will inspire them to make QCell Sierra Leone the best, most affordable and cheapest mobile network and ICT provider in Sierra Leone.
Led by the vision of our chairman, Mr. Mohamed Jah, and true to the QCell DNA of innovation and agility, QCell Sierra Leone team is working day in and day out to roll out 2G, 3G, 4G, and other ICT infrastructure all across Sierra Leone and making communication affordable and accessible.
QCell Sierra Leone presented mobile phones with free data and voice as gift to the President's delegation to ease communication for them while in Freetown. Reporting for QTV News from Freetown, Sierra Leone, I am Aliou Cisse.
As the world experiences the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Health on Monday received consignments of medical items from the West African Health Organization WAHO, and they joined hands to save a baby foundation in the fight against COVID-19. Abibatu Cisse has more.
The donated items by WAHO includes test kits, oxygen concentrators, and personal protective equipment, amongst other valuable items. Presenting them, the ECOWAS country representative, Vaba Gayflo, highlights the challenges posed by COVID-19 and reaffirmed ECOWAS' commitment to supporting member states to fight COVID-19.
We need to get angry with COVID-19, confront it as a menace, and see what we need to do to push it back so that we can all live a normal life again. So please, we appeal to all of you. Let's support one another. ECOWAS is here to support you. Mr. Minister, we say thank you for the leadership. Our regards to the President on behalf of our own President, and to reassure you all that we are here. Whatever we can do to support the process, please be assured that we are here to do that.
Receiving the items, Dr. Ahmadou Lamin Samate, the Minister of Health, says his ministry has been working tirelessly with WAHO to improve the health sector during this pandemic. He adds that infectious diseases do not know boundaries, and WAHO has been steadfast in supporting the Gambia.
Since the onset of this pandemic, the leaders of ECOWAS have been in touch with each other. They've been discussing, they've been working together to make sure that, inshallah, this pandemic gets contained in the region.
At the same venue, Join Hands to Save a Baby Foundation also presented 5 blood bank refrigerators to the Ministry of Health to support Gambia's maternal blood bank project. Maternal mortality in the Gambia is among the highest in Africa. The Secretary General of the Foundation, Abdoulaye Jaju, explains the effort made by the Foundation to prevent maternal mortality.
Join Hands to Save a Baby, in conjunction with the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, has been engaged in a series of activities to prevent maternal death resulting from unavailability of safe blood transfusion. The Foundation has conducted several blood drives in support, with the support of technicians from the National Blood Transfusion Service.
The program manager of the National Blood Transfusion Services, Mariama Jame, stressed the importance and the need for these items in our health sector.
I still emphasize that there is more need for such donations. More of a time, through social media, you will see the plea for blood donation. There's someone in critical need for blood. It's not only giving blood that makes blood available. The logistics have to be there to store blood. If the logistics are not there, only limited blood could be stored. If you look at the refrigerators we have here, the smallest one here can store up to 40 pints of blood. And the biggest has a capacity to store more than 200 pints. So if our facilities have this blood and have consistent electricity that can maintain it either through the NAWEC system or via another support systems, then at least there will be facilities to store blood continuously.
Despite the vaccine rollout in many countries, the world is still struggling to combat the coronavirus. These donations are important to the Gambia's health sector and will be useful in the fight against COVID-19. For QTV News, I am Abibatu Sisi.
A fire outbreak in Farafenni destroyed an apartment on Thursday. The cause of the fire is unknown, but neighbors are blaming a possible electric fault. Don Williams reports.
The fire started in one of the apartments at around 6 p.m. when people were preparing to break their fast in the next hour. All the occupants were out except for a 14-year-old girl who was cooking in the kitchen. Her younger brother, who ran out of the house, alerted her about the fire. Valuables, including her school materials and uniforms, were all destroyed. Aliu Jallo, a victim, says it is distressful and sad for them.
They just called me and told me that there is a fire at home. I just run away and see that the fire is extending. I called the housekeeper, the owner of the compound, so he called fire service to come and interview us. My TV have a small problem. My TV and my speakers. Some of my TV in the room, and one type that I was using there. I see that my neighbor have problem more than me, because all of his things have burned, and it's not my wish to see that. Because if I don't do my wish, nobody will get burned here. Yeah. Nothing will be spoiled here. But as God comes call, so it's just that we are just praying. If he can get help, we need somebody to help him, so that he can get back his materials.
Seya Seka, who suffered the most, also named some of her valuables that perished, including cash.
This is what the fire has done. I lost everything. Everyone knows I used to have good and expensive material in the house. Sofas, wardrobes, TV, money, food, all is gone. I am seeking help because I don't even have a place to sleep. All I have are the clothes I'm wearing right now.
Neighbors were praised for acting swiftly to help quench the fire. The fire services were also applauded for their timely intervention, which prevented further damage or destruction. Eyewitnesses and neighbors are appealing to the government to help the victims, especially in this month of Ramadan. The victims are also appealing for help. Don Williams reporting for QTV News.
From that story, we will take a short commercial break, but still to come, we have local stories for you and also international.
The Insurance Association of the Gambia, IAG, in consultation with the Central Bank of the Gambia, now introduces a standardized and well-scrutinized motor vehicle insurance certificate, which will be the acceptable evidence of a valid motor vehicle insurance contract. The certificate has the following security features. 1. High quality printed in multiple colors with no white margin as in other paper sheets. 2. Dual serialized number print, one visible and the other visible only with an ultraviolet light. 3. IAG logo inscription that can only be visible with the use of an ultraviolet light. 4. Hologram of IAG logo. The general public is therefore advised to take note of the above development and kindly urged to ensure that they obtain only authentic motor vehicle insurance certificate with the above features from only licensed insurance. We thank you and solicit your cooperation.
And now in business news, the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, in collaboration with the Intellectual Property Office of the Ministry of Justice, commemorated World Intellectual Property Day on Monday, the 26th of April, and also the launching of the TRSC office at the GCCI. Ajibintu Drame has the details.
The rest of the world to observe World Intellectual Property Day on the theme IP and SMEs, taking your ideas to the market. The focus this year is to highlight the key role of intellectual property rights play in helping small and medium-sized enterprises to build stronger and more competitive business or market. Commemoration of World Intellectual Property Day provides an opportunity to observe and reflect on how far the country has progressed in promoting and protecting intellectual property-related matters as per its obligations. Such policies are visible in other West African countries such as Nigeria, Ghana, and are well established in the Americas and Europe, where arts and culture and creativity industries are seen as leading sources of employment and wealth generation for both the private and public sector. Aliu Jallo, Registrar of Companies, explains the significance of intellectual property and adds that special intellectual property courts need to be in place to address conflict over intellectual property rights.
In the case of copyright, we do not necessarily have to register as per the provisions of the Berne Convention of 1886, because whether you register or not, that should not be a bar to the enjoyment of your copyright. But in case of industrial property, you need to register in every jurisdiction that you are desirous of protecting your rights. Who has an irregular registration is advised by the RG's office that you cannot proceed with this registration. But where someone insists, it means that now the matter has to be referred to the courts.
Dauda E. Jallo, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, says businesses need to be registered to secure and avoid infringement of their intellectual property rights.
It's widely accepted that an innovation would have to be registered to avoid replication or outright copying copying by others. In the same vein, SMEs should be aware of infringement of intellectual property rights, which is not only illegal but has the potential to erode your financial strength.
Almami Funding Tal, President Collecting Society of the Gambia, had this to say.
I've been part of these processes on a pro bono basis. I have always believed that if our collective efforts can be harmonized, we can achieve development that is beyond our sight.
We spoke to Mohamed Suare, PRO of the Musicians Union, who says business rights of artists in the Gambia are habitually infringed and adds that there need to be realistic policies to protect the rights of musicians and the arts industry.
How we need to start collecting royalties, how these royalties need to be collected, which kind of data system we need, which kind of template we need to make sure the works can be registered from the Copyright Bureau, and Collecting Society will start collecting the royalties in behalf of the artists. But that still we are crying, we don't have any opportunity.
In a video message celebrating World IP Day, Dr. Darren Tang, the Director General of the World's Intellectual Property Organization, said SMEs account for 90% of all companies worldwide and 70% of global employment. And that's why World IP Day 2021 is carrying the theme IP and SMEs, taking your ideas to the market. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News.
Now, following the alleged illegal bulldozing of bamboo forest plots between the Farato and Nyambai forest by an individual official, officials of the All Gambia Forestry Platform, AGFP, through its community-based forest protection on Monday, held a press conference to brief the media. Omar Pijalo attended the ceremony, and he now reports.
Was held in the wake of the alleged recent destruction of 150 by 80 meters of the bamboo forest and brought together community stakeholders and government institutions to condemn what they call the illegal bulldozing of the bamboo plot in Nyambai Park. They urge the government to act against any other illegal destruction of the forest in accordance with the law set up to protect the environment. The head of the technical unit at the Forestry Department, Keba Jamme, said the bamboo park was demarcated in 1952 and planted in 1954, together with the Nyambai Forest Park and the Abuko Nature Reserve by a British conservationist with the aim of propagating this species to multiply throughout the country for posterity. Jammeh adds that no one other than the government can therefore claim ownership of the land.
If these forests are to be given to private owners, where would government even cater for their projects? They will not have. I think it's high time that let us realize, let the government realize and forget about inter-partisan issues.
The regional director of forestry, Lamin Bajo, said over the years, both the bamboo and the Manjai forest parks have suffered several attempts at encroachment, thereby leading to degradation of the forest parks.
The most important is that this place was a bamboo planted spot of the bamboo forest park that eventually was completely cleared by one Modu Jammeh, who is said to be an estate developer. So, and find it out that it is against the laws of this country to clear a government-prepared land or a government-managed land deliberately without any authorities against the law, and that we are seeing that the law has not taken its course. So that's why we converge here to see the best means of how to make sure that the law takes its course.
Sehu Janko, the president of All Gambia Forestry Platform, has this to say.
We must see that this area is being returned back to Department of Forestry, and then no one will claim ownership, because our father, our people have toiled over here to work very hard to plant all these trees.
Anthony Mendy, economic planner, said they will conduct an internal investigation over allegations about officials providing documentation to help the person accused of the illicit bulldozing of the bamboo plot. He said they will take appropriate actions against anyone found culpable.
What I heard from the ground here is like, a guy from the Department of Physical Planning issued a clearance on the sketch plan here. It has affected everyone, I could say, in the country, because we all know the importance of forestry in our country. So it is not right and just for someone to come in and issue a sketch plan. But I will take the matter up with my bosses to know exactly who that person is, because right now I don't have any clear information of who that person is. So I will go back and we will address the problem internally.
Over the years, due to the scramble for residential and agricultural land, cases of land conflicts and encroachment are escalating and becoming uncontrollable. It is now up to the courts to make the final ruling on the Bamboo and Brikama Nyambai Forest Park case. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar Pijalo.
Now to international news. The people of Sierra Leone on Tuesday celebrated the 60th anniversary of attaining independence, that is nationhood. Our Aliu Cisse is in Freetown and he now reports.
It was on this day, on 27 April 1961, that Sierra Leone gained its independence from British rule. Today, the people of Sierra Leone are celebrating their 60th independence here at the State House in Freetown. Due to the COVID-19, this celebration is going to be a low-key one, even though a few heads of state from the sub-region have been invited by President Julius Maada Bio to witness this occasion here in Freetown today. Independence is a day for people of Sierra Leone to reflect on how far their country has come as far as being independent is concerned. The theme for the celebration was Building a New Sierra Leone Together. It is a national holiday in Sierra Leone. Members of the security sector and students marched past the State House gate to the Siaka Stevens Stadium as President Bio and guests watched from the top floor of State House. Sierra Leone has suffered from various conflicts and crises, including a civil war that lasted from 1991 to 2002. As a result, the West African nation lacks significant development, ranking 181 out of 189 on the 2019 Human Development Index. In fact, according to the United Development Programme, approximately 60% of people live in poverty in Sierra Leone. This is attributed to government's corruption, a lack of an established education system, and poor infrastructure. Before that, the country had much to be proud of. It was once the center for British colonial administration and business in West Africa, and for much of the colonial period. Sierra Leone's Supreme Court became the final court of appeal for Ghana, Nigeria, and the Gambia. It was the first country in West Africa to have a railway in 1898, and was the first to have electricity and radio broadcast services in West African sub-region in 1927. Despite the problems the country later went through, Sierra Leone is known for its sandy beaches as well as the friendliness and hospitality of its people. President Julius Maada Bio is proud that the country has survived despite the challenges. He used his independence speech to advocate unity and oneness among the people for the progress and development of Sierra Leone.
We must show forth the good that is in Sierra Leone. To that end, we should remind one another often that our conduct, attitudes, and values affect other citizens and our nation directly and indirectly. It is our responsibility to respect all laws and support law and order at all times. We should not incite or participate in violent unrest. We all have an equal stake in a safe, peaceful, and progressive Sierra Leone.
We took a visit to Aberdeen Beach, where these women sell fish to make a living. Sally Cole and Fatima Sawane are happy to have witnessed the 60th independence celebration. Sierra Leone is a developing country.
I'm happy to do my business because customers come to buy my fish. So I'm very happy.
I feel good, I feel happy for today because my country today is 60th year. So I feel good, I'm happy today.
The event at the presidency wrapped up with the decoration of insignia awards to the attending heads of state, including President Barrow, President Alpha Conde of Guinea, President George Weah of Liberia, and President Akufo-Addo of Ghana. Reporting for QTV News from Freetown, Sierra Leone, I am Aliou Cissé.
Happy 60th independence anniversary to Mama Salone. That's all we have for you in tonight's news bulletin. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.